saying, you know it, you tell the story. You tell the whole world that this is Bear territory. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Duke Blue Devils offense will go on the attack first. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need...
Breaks into the open. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Here comes the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
The Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Leaves it with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Blue Devils send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. So the Cal Bears offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Got his man quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Under fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That's reeled in. It's Morris. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
The Golden Bears will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Got a man. It's Brown.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO feed. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew that he had the slant throw right in behind him.
The Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
And the Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Blue Devils!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Fires downfield. Working the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Off the play fake on first down. Wide open downfield. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. He leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
And sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
3rd down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. They want to throw it. Gets it to him on the screen. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to throw again. Fires to the tight end. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cal!
It's so nice as a quarterback that it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking left. Makes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And these little slots are so fast, and they can stretch the whole field. They make you just sit back on your heels. They make you nervous, really. But then they break those in-breaking routes where it shows his number to the quarterback really quickly and make the play. These slot receivers, they're just so dynamic.
He's got it on the right. There he goes. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Blue Devils have it with a first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's King. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Red pass, it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They're facing a third down. Handoff from the gun. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Looking for a push on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Brown will throw it. He's got his man. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Berkeley. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside California Memorial Stadium.
And the Blue Devils will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Brown wants to pass. Plucks it out of the air. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. The run from the shotgun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. It's caught. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's complete. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
And the Golden Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Finds the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Golden Bears didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And that one will give them the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They go 83 yards on the drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in position, but also, how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Brown will throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Going to sling it on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Morris. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. To the air on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it down the left side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And the Golden Bears have it with a first and goal. Brown wants to pass. Setting up the screen. He's going for the goal line. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal!
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this fourth quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball, turning it on! And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win, but they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Anthony. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. It's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Got a man. It's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Fires to the big fella. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. They haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
The Blue Devils with the 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
I like the idea by the quarterback. He wanted to attack the middle of the field. He found his open guy. The receiver's just got to be able to make a play for him.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Blue Devils come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. They get to him as he throws.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Brown will throw it. With the catch, it's Morris. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Spins away from the defense. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Golden Bears, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Might as well give it to him again. Hard running there. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Morris. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
And with that takeaway, the defense has just left the door open just enough maybe for their team to come back. They needed a takeaway badly here late in the game, and they got it. Let's see if the offense can respond and seize this momentum.
First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He wants a big play here late. Complete to the left. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Looking to throw on 1st down.
Yeah, and you're just running at a time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down late in the game, I need to force some plays, Paul. We're probably down the field.
And if you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss, but you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws? Have at it, because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kane. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those 1st downs. Get those big chunks.
Right on the money. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Caught over the middle. It's Moore. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Pressure coming. Got his man on the right. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.